Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Sonny, of course, and today I'm going to rank the top most beautiful signs of the Zodiac. Alright, first things first, if you want to skip the blah blah and head directly to the list, then of course, simply click on the link in the description box below. Alright, next. These lists, they do cause a lot of controversy, and although everyone seems to have an opinion, and although the lists are based in astrology, some of it's still subjective. So go ahead and leave your own lists and comments in the comments section below, and I'll do my best to read out some of them, the best ones, if any of them are any good. I'll read them out in the weekly Love Horoscopes video that come out every Thursday. And as always, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, maybe share it on Facebook with your friends, and maybe even, if you're so inclined, please subscribe to the channel. Alright, here we go. Enough. First, before we get to the list, I think I should tell you guys, obviously, how I see things. So, here's the action. I see things in terms of energy and the flow of the living life force around us, okay? To me, it's all about the speed and color of the energy. Everything else is just window dressing. Or someone's personal style, or their background prejudices, right? Or language, or culture, or like their whatever. And heavy on the whatever, right? For me anyways. As far as beauty and ugliness are concerned, well, that's just how I look at it, Ugly people, to me, disrupt the flow of energy, while beautiful people help the energy continue to flow around them. Again, this shouldn't be a big deal, really, but if it is, please leave your comments in the comment section below. Alright, so beauty tends to be an attitude of inner strength and confidence. It kind of begins with personal acceptance, but not necessarily, but it then resonates outwards to the world. Yes, some of these guys can look good, but that's not really the point. And anyone can be beautiful if they just allow themselves to shine. So look at it this way. On one hand, we have the ugly guys, and they block energy. They will interrupt conversations just to be heard. They'll complain about things that can't be changed, and they definitely hold others back. But beauty, okay? Well, beauty is it's the unobstructed light that resonates from within, and it is the free-flowing warmth of love. Beauty may be cautious, right? Of course. But beauty doesn't necessarily live in ignorance or fear, and that's my definition of beauty. It's not a big deal, and everyone should know this already. To me, intelligence is brain speed, It's why tests and exams have a time limit, duh. Beauty is the flow of energy. Ugly is blocking energy. According to Sonny, anyways. Alright, that's it. But there's a little more. The reason beauty is important is because it's the way things are supposed to be. You're supposed to be living in a natural flow of peace and love that's unhindered by stumbling blocks and fears of the unknown. Alright, whatever. Whatever, seriously. Live your life any way you want. I really don't care. Next, how do you recognize beauty then, Sonny? Oh, well, that is actually easy. First, you can feel it. Alright? The body is warmer and resonates more heat outwards. It literally warms the world around them. It's strong life force energy. Anyways, I think you get the point, right? Enough preaching. Here's the astro. In astrology, the planet of flowing energy is Venus. The planet of disrupting energy is Mars. Neptune is illusions, right? Pisces has you all fooled, by the way. It's funny. Anyways, Saturn is control and taking things away. Jupiter is luck and expansion. The moon is our emotional gas, and etc., etc., etc. And now, let's put it all together and see what we get. Alright, you guys ready? You ready, playa? Here we go. Place your bets. Number 4. We're shortening the list today. Number 4. Can you guys guess? Any guesses? Scorpio, maybe? They're always going out of their way to help others. And they do it quietly, right? So most of the time, when Scorpio's beautiful, you won't even notice it. But Scorpio's ruled by Pluto and Mars, and both of those planets are seriously disruptive. So, sadly, Scorpio doesn't make the list. How about Leo? You know, Leo's ruled by the sun, and they do cheer you on. They're some of the biggest cheerleaders out there. But again, it's only to a point, right? Leo wants you to succeed, yes. But they really don't want you to shine brighter than they do. So, sadly, no. Leo doesn't make the list either. So, okay. So, Sonny, yeah. Who's number 4 on the list then? Like, who makes the list? All right, here we go. Number 4, number 4. Aquarius. Yes, Aquarius, come on. Aquarius is the light out of the darkness. They show us a different way. They are the sign of universal harmony, and peace. Sometimes, right? And the collective love and energy field all around us. And they are all about equality and keeping the flow going on around them. So, this is funny, Aquarius. But, so, that's great, right? But, although Aquarius passes the flow of energy, peace, and love requirements in major, major ways, I just can't rank them higher because they kind of fail a little bit in the astrological component. Yep, Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, and that is a very explosive, revolutionary energy. And it's a double-edged sword for those guys. On one hand, it's genius energy, right? But it's not exactly smart. Smart's a different thing. It's peace and love, yes, but it's also revolutions. And yeah, I know you can have peaceful and loving revolutions. It's how they made the list. But anyways, it can be disruptive, even if sometimes it's necessary and the right thing to do. Anyways, revolutionary and disruptive energy is part of who they are. But having said that, I actually think it's a very good thing. And without Aquarius, most of you guys would literally be living in the dark. Yes, they can seem cold and aloof and sometimes over-analytical, but all of that, well, I chalk it up to personal boundaries and style. Everyone, including the super beautiful and loving signs, can seem aloof. But to me, that's just, that's window dressing, and to a degree personal boundaries. And we should all know by now that the window dressing isn't necessarily what's on the inside, nor what's shining outwards. It's just style, man. And I don't think we should judge someone on their style on the outside, because beauty is something that's found on the inside. And Aquarius has some of the most beautiful intentions in the entire zodiac. So number 4, Aquarius. Aquarius, the wild child. Okay, next, let's get back to astrology and what we're talking about here. Who is the most go-with-the-flow sign in the entire energy, right? In the entire zodiac, the most go-with-the-flow. This should be super-duper easy. Number 3, Pisces. Yeah, Pisces is hardwired to exist in the flow of universal energy. It's why everyone thinks they're so psychic. It's because Pisces is unconsciously in tune with the love energy. They don't usually block you, and they almost never get in the way. And they're one of the most helpful signs, right? And like the rest of the signs here, it's not weird to find yourself feeling so comfortable so quickly with them that you're suddenly telling them your life story, even though you just met. So yeah, there is something about Pisces that speeds rapport. But let's get back to flow. We all know Pisces is in tune with whatever's happening around them. It's natural and normal for them. Alright, that's cool, but isn't this supposed to be a video about astrology, Sonny? Alright, good point. Pisces is ruled by Neptune, which is the planet of illusions. So, first, as a quick aside, wherever you have Neptune in your astrological chart, you can expect to find deception and illusions. So, if it's in your money sector, you have to watch your money. If it's in your relationship sector, then you're probably going to be attracting people who look better than they really are. Anyways, in general, Neptune is the planet of illusions, so be careful. Now, back to beauty. Pisces looks and behaves like all things to all people. So, if you want a playmate, there she is. If you're looking for a corporate warrior, they're right there, you know? If you want someone compassionate and caring, that's what Pisces is going to give you. Also, if you want a bad boy, or for some reason you're looking for an abusive partner, Pisces can be that too, straight up. More than any other sign, Pisces is all dreams to all people. They are that much of an ethereal illusion. So, Pisces checks off 2 points. First, they're programmed to go with the natural flow of the life force energy, and they're really good at it, by the way. And if they encounter strife or ugly blocks, they just go around it. Pisces will immediately take flight, to avoid ugliness. Secondly, they are ruled by a loving and flowing energy planet, Neptune. Pisces is a living dream with eyes wide open, and you would be lucky to have one in your life. So number 3, they're the biggest illusion of the zodiac, and I'll say it again, Pisces has you all fooled. But they are naturally in tune with the life force energy, and they do everything in their power to keep it flowing, and I love them all. Number 3, Pisces. Alright, next, number 2, let's chug along here. The next sign is definitely stubborn, and if they want, they can absolutely stop the life force flowing around them. Out of all the signs here, and actually, this sign is notorious for blocking everything if they're upset. But, but they're just human, right? And having said that, they are our most peaceful sign and loving sign. And all they usually want is for everyone to get along. If only they could get back to making lunch, And that's Taurus. Yep. All right, astrologically, Taurus is ruled by Venus, which is the planet of love and attraction, and flowing energy. And when you look closely at Taurus, you'll see they are a steady, nurturing, peaceful, and loving sign. For the most part, Taurus just wants to do their own thing. If they encounter conflict, they usually just move away from it. Taurus just wants flow, and they'll take themselves out of the equation to make everyone else happy. Simply, Taurus would rather do their own thing than stay and fight about it. Now, it's not all happy glory love time here, right? Taurus does take the easy way out, and I've already expressed my displeasure at it. But it does lead to peace and a loving flow of energy. And when you think about it, maybe it's just the words that I'm using that color the energy that's happening. Because this is very similar to how Pisces exists in the energy flow. Except Taurus does everything in such a tangible and physical way that we can actually feel it more. When a Pisces exists in the flow of energy, we call it intuitive and psychic. But when Taurus does it, we call it taking the easy way out or avoiding the issues. And it's not fair to Taurus to label some of the actions with negative words just because we can physically feel the effects when Taurus does it, and we don't usually feel it when Pisces begins to swim away. Just saying, it's the same action, but we judge it differently. Anyways, what else? Okay, well, Taurus is definitely one of the sexiest and prettiest signs. There's no doubt about that. They always smell nice and surround themselves with beautiful things. And they're also a strong sign that has no trouble taking care of themselves. They can team up or they can go it alone. And yeah, they do stick up for what they believe in, but they are not by nature into conflict. And I think that's the key for the beautiful signs. They can be very bad and disruptive, of course. But, we all can. But by nature, beauty finds a harmonious way through the conflicts without resorting to the ugliness of holding everyone back. And that's the key here. You can disagree, but ugly people stop the flow of energy forward. And you have to explain everything to them, and you have to hold up the show until, whatever. Okay. You have to hold up the show until they understand or feel comfortable enough to move forward. And beautiful people, on the other hand, they can do all of this on the move, while keeping the conversation going, while keeping the energy flowing forward. All of the signs on this list prefer peace and love over being understood by slower moving energy. So with that, slow and stubborn, yeah, but also peaceful, loving, and simply beautiful. And that's Taurus. Alright, what's next? No honorable mentions today. Sorry guys, but Every sign has the ability to be beautiful, but astrologically it's a different story. And even though the signs on this list can be very ugly, they all start from a position of beauty, Most of the other signs begin from somewhere else and then move towards flowing energy and peace, you know? It's called personal growth. You should try it sometime. Anyways, here we go. Here we go. Our number one and most beautiful sign in the zodiac. And you guys got to be able to figure this one out. Libra. All right. Okay, Libra. Yeah, for all the bad they do, and I know some seriously ugly Libras, right? But for the most part, even while they're being ugly, they do tend to keep the flow of life force energy alive and flowing. And again, for the most part, if you stumble or your energy gets disrupted by a Libra, it's because you are not strong in yourself and you place expectations on Libra that Libra had no intention of living up to. And I'll say that again. Libra can do a lot of bad, but it's usually because you wanted them or expected them to do or be something that they're simply not. So if they're not reliable, then don't suddenly expect them to be. If they're scammers or hustlers or a bad apple, don't suddenly expect them to change. Don't expect them to suddenly change. I mean, what's the big deal, right? But this is actually true for all signs. Anyways, because Libras are physically warm and they radiate beauty and flow, you tend to easily identify and you want to resonate with them. This is Seduction 101, ABC, always be calibrating. You kind of bring your vibe in just a little above the other person's vibe and you raise their energy level just enough so they're comfortable and they feel good. And Libra does this naturally. Just letting you guys know. Anyways, okay, let's get back to what's the problem. So you do tend to easily identify and you want to resonate with them. But for the most part, even if they're faking it, right? And Libra fakes it a lot. You're not at the speed that they're projecting. And more than almost any other sign, because you're feeling good in their presence, you project your whatever onto them, and this creates unrealistic expectations. And when these guys take off, well, you're upset because you're suddenly vibing at a slower rate, or what your regular rate is, and you blame these guys for doing whatever stupidness they did. But the truth is, you created an unrealistic illusion, and you're blaming Libra for simply being something they're not. You know? So next time you thought you had something going on with a Libra, but out of the blue they simply hit the boogie and left you feeling cold, it's because you weren't really vibing at their frequency. You know, even if they're faking it, right? So you didn't make the cut. And this is important to remember before you start throwing stones. Alright, next, what else? Libra's, okay, obviously Libra is ruled by Venus. You know, it's the planet of attraction, love, and beauty. But here's the real action. Libra, more than any other sign, goes out of their way to keep things flowing with harmony. They don't necessarily avoid conflict, but rather they embrace resolutions. They are in a constant state of flux, and they try to achieve harmony with everything they do. So, they keep the conversation flowing. They judge. Totally, yes. They're the sign of judging. But they're looking for peaceful resolutions. They're cardinal energies, so they don't exactly go with the flow, but their efforts are directed at keeping the flow going. You see, Pisces and Taurus surf the life force energy. Aquarius wants to show you the way out of the darkness. Libra, in addition to all of this, you know, well, Libra aggressively keeps the form and structure and boundaries together. They're literally trying to bring your ugly ass into the warmth of beauty and love. And personally, I don't really think they deserve the bad rap they get for doing all of this. Yeah, they deserve the bad rap for the other stuff, for the flakiness and all that. But that's who they, you know, if that's who they are, that's who they are. And everyone within the sign is a little bit different, of course. But again, I don't think they deserve the good ones. I don't think they deserve the bad rap for doing all of this for all of us. And that's the action. Our number one most beautiful sign, inside and out. You just have to know how to see it, guys. Libra. And that's the action, playa. You know, please leave your comments in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to answer them and read out some of the best comments on the weekly Lovescopes video that come out every Thursday. And if you haven't yet, you know, please subscribe to the channel. Maybe share some of the videos with your friends on Facebook. And yeah, there's a button right there, and that's the action on beauty. From TheSunnySide.net, I'm Sonny, reminding everyone that love really is out there waiting for everyone. I mean, your destiny is looking for you. You just got to get out from behind the stumbling blocks and whatever you want to call them, and let your destiny find you. Let your destiny find you. And with that, from TheSunnySide.net, I'm Sonny, wishing everyone the absolute best of a beautiful week. And I'll see you soon.